Welcome to Politics NY with Sky. Schneps Media is asking each candidate running for New York City office this year 3 questions in 3 minutes to get to know them a little bit better. And right now I'm with John Alexander Sakelos. He is running for New York City Council District 19 as a Republican. And we're going to learn a little bit about that district because, as we know, the city is mostly Democrats, but in that particular district, there's a lot of Republicans, aren't there, John?
There are a lot of Republicans, and more importantly, there are a lot of people who identify with what Republicanism is today in New York. So traditionally, when we think of Democrats, we think of union workers and we think of blue collar guys who bring their lunch boxes every day to work. Well, more and more as time goes on, we're seeing those voters trend towards the Republican Party, and the Republican Party has started to become the party of working class, middle class individuals. Whereas the Democratic Party, the more and more left they go, especially in New York City, it becomes more and more of a party of academic and liberal elitism. So we're seeing a really interesting dichotomy and shift here in New York. And I see no other place that could be a real catalyst for this change like Northeast Queens, which is primarily that middle class backbone of New York City. So I'm very excited to run here. And I think that this is going to be a district that goes red in 2021.
So tell us a little bit about your background for people who don't know you and what is inspiring you to throw your hat in the ring.
Well, I was born and raised here to a small business family. We have a flower shop in Flushing, Flowers by Peter. Call me if you need flowers. And they really taught me the value of hard work and service to your community. And I was blessed enough to get a public school education here in New York City. I got my education afterwards, my college, my undergrad, and my graduate degrees at the University of Michigan and George Washington. I was a dues-paying union theater actor for a long time. I did mostly Shakespeare and musical theater. And then I was a professor of English and humanities and theater all over the Eastern Seaboard, and came back home and ran for state assembly, arguably halfway successfully because we won on election day and then we lost after 14,000 absentee ballots were turned in. Mm-hmm. So, we did very, very well. We broke records. Historically, no Republican has ever broken 11,000 votes in District 26. We broke 23,000 votes. So what it really exemplified to us was that our campaign resonated with the people of 19, with the people of 26, which incorporates a lot of City Council District 19. And I said, well, if we did this well this year for District 26, this means that our message is important and we need to bring it out to District 19. And I think we're going to win.
And you have a primary in June because you're not the only Republican running for this seat.
No, I am not the only Republican running for this seat, but I do believe I am the better choice of the Republicans. So I'm looking forward to the primary. I think it's going to be a good race. I hope it's a race about the issues. That's what I want to make it about. I think that we need a substantive primary. And, I've called on my opponent to debate. They've yet to take me up on the offer, but I hope they do because, the people of District 19, they need to get a full, clear picture of what are the options being presented to them. And I think we need to run a campaign based on the problems that we are facing, micro as a neighborhood and macro as a city, and offer up solutions. We don't need to just yell and scream. That really doesn't get anything done, especially in a city council where you need to be one voice of 51. You need to be nice in the sandbox.
Right. So now all this politics and government stuff aside, John, tell us something fun or interesting about yourself that people don't know.
Fun or interesting about myself that people don't know. One of my first jobs was a caretaker at a cemetery. That's something interesting people don't know.
Cemetery?
Yeah, cemetery. I worked at Flushing Cemetery for a summer as a landscaper. Because my dad didn't want me working across the street anymore at the flower shop. He wanted me out.
Okay.
And also I got paid to play a horse once. So that's something fun and interesting about me. I don't know. I can juggle.
Okay. So you're a man of many talents.
If this doesn't work out, I can join the circus. Which okay. I don't actually know which is more of a circus right now, the city council or Ringling Brothers, but I'll let the voters decide.
Good one. I'm glad to have some laughs with you as part of Schneps Media's 3 questions in 3 minutes. Good luck to you. On behalf of Politics NY, I'm Sky.